Hi there and welcome to today's class. We'll look at the concept of equilibrium of a particle. Last class, we have done several videos under the study of equilibrium of a particle. Do well to watch our previous classes to further increase the in-depth knowledge of equilibrium of a particle. Let's try this fourth problem under the idea of equilibrium of a particle. It says, find the tension in both string below. Alright, for this diagram here, I have two string, right? This one here is my first string, perhaps T1, my first string. T2 gives you your second string, right? So string more like a rope, right? So this one here and this one. So in other words, I'm asked to find T1 and T2, right? Also, I'm given a weight or a force of 20 Newton. What do you do in this case? We said in our first classes that to solve problem of this nature, your first priority there is to draw out the free body diagram, FBD. All right. The free body diagram. We said free body diagram is simply a diagram that shows all the external forces acting on the structure that we said last class. So in this case here, if I'm to draw out this man here, I should have something of this nature. I should have this something of this nature. My FBD becomes this one here that comes down here is of course 20 Newton. There's a force here, tension here, T1. T1 is inclined to an angle to the horizontal toward the 45 degrees, while T2 is inclined to an angle to the horizontal, that's 30 degrees. Call this one T2. All right, this is my FBD of this diagram. Let's calculate for T1 and T2 by applying the condition of equilibrium of particle. Solution. So the first condition of equilibrium of particle is simply the summation of horizontal component is equal to 0. Second condition says the summation of vertical component equal to 0. And the last condition says moment at any particular point is equal to 0. Let's apply this condition in getting the value of T1 and T2.
Alright guys, you can now join my channel membership to have access to exclusive videos of mine which most people will not have access to. To get this link, this membership program, as you can see the left hand side of the screen, you can see the YX/JAM classes. You can go there. It's of course 1,000 naira, or you go for the other level student to have access to both. Right, so once you join the channel membership for other level students, you will have access to both the WAEC and the JAM classes with the other level itself. So do well to join this membership to support our online academic session. See you guys sooner.
This is first. Rule 1 says summation of horizontal component. So I'm having summation of f of x. Summation of f of x equals 0. All right. First is first. If I resolve T1 to the horizontal, by the way, go and check our video under resolution of vector in 2D. I've explained this man. If I resolve T1, okay, by the way, T1 is simply a force that is inclined to an angle to the horizontal. Check last class, whenever an angle is inclined to the horizontal, that horizontal component become cos. In this case, if I resolve T1 to the horizontal, I have T1 cos, of course, the angle there is 45. If I resolve T2 to the horizontal, of course, my angle is on the horizontal, become cos. But we said this is second quadrant. On the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. So it means that we're having negative T2 cos, of course, the angle there is 30. So if I resolve this one and resolve these are like two only forces I have that are horizontal. This is a vertical component, so I can't attach this to it. This is now equal in value to what? 0. So here's the idea. I'm having T1 and T2. In this equation, why is it that before then, I'm having T1 and T2. I'm asked to find T1 and T2. But if my first condition of equilibrium, I can't get T1 and T2. This is my first condition. You can see. My first condition can't give me value of T1 and T2 because this is, I can't look for two unknown at the same time. So here's the idea in mathematics. Whenever you have an equation that has two or more unknown, simply call that equation 1. So I'm saying this, please. Call this man equation 1. Alright. Proceeding, please. Apply the same condition of equilibrium. Second condition of equilibrium of particles says summation of vertical component. So that's summation f of y equals 0. All right. Please, let's pick out the y component of this man without stressing myself. If you have been in our class so far, you should know that T1, when it comes to summation of vertical components, they all will be in sine. Yes, sine. So if I resolve T1 to the vertical, that becomes T1 sine 45. That gives you T1 sine 45. If I resolve this man T2 to the vertical, that gives you plus T2, of course, sine theta there is 30 being equals to 0. Sorry. Resolve this man to vertical. This one too is in vertical, but going downwards, that gives you negative 20 equals 0. All right, I have this place. Summation f of y. Summation f of y is just this. Equals 0 equals 0. I am here. Let's proceed, please. Let's proceed. Next task, next stop. All right. If you observe that I'm having T1, T2 unknown in my first condition, I'm having T1, T2 unknown in still my second condition. What do? I'll call this one equation 2. Call this man equation 2. Now I will solve equation 1 and 2 using the idea of simultaneous equation to get the value of T1 and T2. All right. Bringing equation 1 and 2 together, equation 1 and equation 2 together. Equation 1 gives us T1 cos 45 minus T2 cos 30 equals 0. This man equation 1. Equation 2 gives us T1 sine 45 minus T2 sine 30 equal to 20 per se. If I take this 20 minus 20 to the other side, it gives you 20. So I have this one. Call it equation 2. All right, we are here. Let's solve equation 1 and 2 using the idea of simultaneous equation. So I'll pick equation 1. I'll make T1 subject from equation 1. So from equation 1, I will make T1 subject of formula. So it means that if I want to make T1 subject, it means this T2 cos 30 must go here. So here's the idea. Okay. Equation 1 gives us T1 cos 45 minus T2 cos 30 equals 0. This man is equation 1. Let's try to make T1 subject of formula. What do?
Guys, I just launched some courses on my website. These courses include physics tutorial for year 1 student, YX/JAM student, YX/JAM classes for JAM student, and also I have the organic chemistry for beginners. So these courses, you can get these courses on my website, as you can see displayed at the right hand side of the screen.
So I'll take this part off. Alright, from here, make T1 subject is easy as take this negative T2 cos 30 to the other side. That gives you T1 cos 45 equals T2 cos 30. Of course, we know if I take a negative T2 cos 30 to the other side, it gives you what? A positive T2 cos 30. That we have there. So yes, I there. I want to get T1 subject. So I'll try to eliminate cos 45. So divided by what? Cos 45 by what? Cos 45. This one here cancels this. I have that T1 is equal to T2 cos 30 all over what there? Cos 45. Let's get T1 properly. From here, therefore, T1 will be equal to, here's the idea first. I will do cos 30 divided by cos 45. Let's see what will be our value after punching, please. So say cos 30 divided by cos 45. Cos 45. This one gives divide these two, you have 1.224. Of course, T2 should be at the back. T2. Call this equation 3. Alright. Call that man equation 3. Alright, so here please. Next task. I'll put T1. Alright, put T1 as being equal to 1.224 T2 into equation 2. Alright. Please, equation 2 is this, right? Equation 2 is this. Bring this out. From equation 2, I have T1 sine 45 minus T2 sine 30 being equal to 20. This man is equation 2. You said anyway I see T1, I'll put this value there. So I can see T1 here. So bring this value here. That gives you T1 alone is this value. So perhaps that gives you 1.224 T2, then 75. Sine 45. Let me put it in the bracket like this. Bracket. T1 is this. This is this. Then minus what? T2 sine 30 being equal to 20. We are here at this junction. What next task? What is next here? Let's do normal mathematics. Alright, from here please, obviously from here it's easy as first I can easily take it step by step such that I'll multiply 1.224 times sine 45. Let's see what we'll get. So calculator, if I punch out, it said punch out perhaps 1.224 times sine 45. Sine 45, this man gives about 0.8654. This number with this number gives you this, then attach T2 here. T2 is here. Next up, minus T2. What is sine 30? Before then, what is sine 30? Minus, what is sine 30? Sine 30 is obviously 0.5. Then this T2 should come here. T2 equals 20. Alright, first, it's easy as, here's the idea I'm thinking I will apply here. If I have 3a minus 2a, let's say 4a minus 2a. Of course, a and a are the same. Bring out 1a. 4 minus 2 is 2. This is my answer. Apply this analogy here. T2 and T2 are the same. Bring out T2. Then this value minus this value, what do you have? If I punch out 0.86, 54 minus 0.5. This man gives about 0.8654 minus 0.5. This gives 0.365442 equals 20. Let's make it to the subject. How do you make it to the subject? Divide both sides by what? 0.3654. Alright. Take this one off. Alright. From here, let's make to the subject. You said that gives you 0.36542 over 0.3654 equals, this one here is 20 all over 0.3654. This will cancel this. So T2 is equal to, if I divide the two values, 20 divided by 0.3654, that gives you 54.7 Newton. All right, this is my T2 value as shown on the board there. Let's get T1. How do you get T1? It's easy as go back to equation 3. Put T2 as being equal to this value here. Multiply 1.224 by this value. Automatically, you have T1. So you get T1 for me in the comment section of this video. It's easy. It's easy. I've explained. We said for T1, what do you do? To get T1, I just got the value of T2 for you. In the question, we have to find T1 and T2. Now, in this case now, I've gotten T1, T2 has been this value. To get T1, do not stress. Come back to this equation 3. Copy this man, copy it down this way. Now, we have 1.224 times T2. But what's T2? T2 is this value. Multiply this value by this value. Automatically, that's your answer for T1. I've given an hint. So do well. Try your best. Give me the value of T1 in the comment section, please. Leave your answer in the comment section. I'll reply you if you are wrong or correct in the comment section. See you guys in our next class. If it's the first time in this channel, do what? Subscribe, please. Subscribe to this channel. All the courses I'm selling, or perhaps all the courses I've created online, and whatever thing I've created online that I do advertise on this page, do well to get them. Very, very important, right? Alright, so see you guys in the next class. Leave a comment, share to your friends and classmates, and listen. Subscribe. It's important, please. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video to your friends and classmates so they can learn too. Alright, see you guys in the next class.